I'm joined now by co-founder and boss of Next League, Dave Nugent. Dave, it's thanks to
Boss.
you.
I hate that term.
Oh, well, I feel like you're a boss. You got the magnificent suit. And I tell you what, very charismatic. You were up there on stage before during the opening remarks with Dan Kaufman. An amazing situation where we're celebrating sports tech here in New York City. Tell us why you at Next League, why are you getting behind Sports Business Journal and what they're doing in tech?
We've been a partner of SBJ for, well, certainly since this company was founded. And for me, in previous iterations of businesses that I've run, SBJ is sort of the Bible of sports, and their acquisition of Sport Techie, Taylor Bloom's business, and doubling down on tech and sports has been sort of a no-brainer for us.
I mean, you're someone who started in tech in the mid-90s, and one of the keys to your success is, okay, tech's great, but how do we make the business case? How do we make it move? I know it's a big question to ask, but what are the big lessons that you've learned over the last 30 or so years in terms of penetrating and getting that business cut through?
You know, you have to start, there's a quote that I think I made up, or maybe I stole it from someone, I'm not sure, but that's don't pay for tech that doesn't pay you back. So the idea that the investments you make in technology should be oriented around some kind of an ROI. Now that ROI doesn't necessarily need to be top line revenue, it can be increased security or efficiency or something else, but tech for tech's sake doesn't really make any sense. Because I have a limited background in engineering and really a business person first, I tend to think of the commercial aspect of what technology represents to a sports organization, and that's typically where our conversations start.
You mentioned there cyber, such a massive thing. We heard from Ticketmaster a little bit earlier that every day they are fighting a cybersecurity war. When you work with clients, advising them as to best practice, what are the key things you're telling them?
Well, nothing is safe, for starters. I mean, you can harden the technology that you have to the extent that you can, but you know, if the Pentagon here in the US can be hacked, anything can be hacked.
Yeah.
So be very conscious of what you're exposing your technology to, and in the world of AI, that becomes even more critically important than ever, right? Because people are experimenting with these tools and making great progress, and not necessarily considering the implications of the data that they're exposing to these tools. So it starts with, being careful, for lack of a better way to put it. Compliance and policies, starting with that when it comes to the way you're approaching the deployment of new tech.
Okay, as I say, you're someone who's been at the vanguard of cutting edge technology for 30 years. With AI, obviously it's the buzz topic, everyone talk about it, but in 5 years' time, for the fans watching at home, when they're absorbing and experiencing sport, what does AI do in a tangible way? What's your prediction?
Well, I'll give you the good and the bad.
All right.
So it is very possible that in 5 years, artificial intelligence, if we've reached AGI, artificial general intelligence, that we're all gone. So that's the worst case scenario. In the best case scenario, sports fans are receiving significantly more personalized experiences when it comes to the things that they love in sport. The next generation of fan may or may not be consuming longer form content, including full games. So the versions of the players that they love, the moments that they love, the sports that they love, that come to them, that are pushed to them based on who they are, AI will help that process immensely. I think that's probably the biggest shift that we'll see during that. Again, assuming the Terminator hasn't come for all of us, it'll be something like that.
Just quickly on that doomsday note, I mean, how much do you think, it went from the wild, wild west to greater attempts to clamp down, trying to find that balance not to stifle productivity and innovation. Where do you sit with regards regulation in AI?
Look, I think the world would be a better place if we were better to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly pessimistic that global leadership will all come to the table and say, hey, look, this could knock us all out of the ballgame, right? Because we're just simply not playing very nice with each other right now. And that's not just governments, that is some of the AI companies themselves. I mean, Sam Altman and Elon Musk just got out of a court battle this week, right? So to the extent that we are not willing to come to a table and a realization that if we just let this evolve the way it would like to evolve, if we can't find a path to figuring this out together, it may not end well for us.
Well, on that hopeful note, I tell you, before we go, you're going to have to read it quick before the world ends. I want you all to get Dave's book. Tell us about your book, because it literally is all the lessons learned over 30 years of being ahead of the pack. What is the name of your book, and how can we get it?
The name of the book is The Business of Sports Technology, and it's on Amazon. It is a philosophical approach to the way technology is considered, designed, developed, and deployed. It's not about engineering, it's about the business side of the way you use technology in order to grow your business, specifically in sports.
Congratulations on a magnificent career that you are having, and thanks very much for supporting this whole week and extravaganza of technology and for being with us today. Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.